are very excited here at Grow Omaha because we've introduced a new resource to the family of resources that we offer our listeners and readers and subscribers. And it is a series of lists about Omaha bars and restaurants and coffee houses and venues. We've teamed up with a local entrepreneur, Vacek, who describes herself as a Jane of all trades, an entrepreneurial person who really has come up with some really cool business ideas, and she's part of the Grow Omaha family now. And we want to introduce you to her. Vacek, welcome to Grow Omaha.
Thank you for having me.
Well, it's good to have you here with us. And so first of all, let's talk a little bit about these lists. We're calling them Grow Omaha's big list of happy hours, local coffee shops, birthday party ideas, private party rooms, and daily restaurant specials. What do people get or experience when they go check out one of these lists?
Yeah, I would say the user experience is high priority to me. So where you go to some other list in Omaha that I will leave unnamed, there's ads and banners and there's clutter, where I like a clean interface, a clean design where you can find what you're looking for. You're not inundated with things yelling at you, blinking at you. And then the filter options on the top, again, that goes back to usability, where I built the list that I would want to use. And so the fact that you can filter out by different variables and find what you're looking for quicker enhances the user experience.
What was the first list you made?
I believe it was the happy hour list. I've kind of lost track. They all blend in together, but I believe it was the happy hour list. And honestly, because I like deals, I immigrated here when I was little, so I always say I have an immigrant spirit. And when you have 4 kids like I do, you just can't afford to eat out full price all the time.
I got that. Go ahead, Jeff.
Oh, I was just going to say, and because Cam was talking about how some of these lists work, and they're very searchable. For instance, one of the 5 is Grow Omaha's big list of coffee shops. And I'm looking at it right now on my screen, and there's one thing where it says features, and you can search by, do they have pastry items? Do they have ceramic mugs versus paper ones? Meeting rooms, drive-throughs. You can search by noise level, loud, normal, quiet, and then locations in town. So it's a very interactive list. My guess is, Cam, when you were putting these together, knowing that there's 5 of them, it had to take a lot of time and a lot of research.
Yes. I would say the more time I spent on the back end making it user-friendly, the less time you spend as a user actually finding what you're searching for. So there's a lot of behind the scenes. There was a lot of tedium in developing these lists. So
all you have to do is go to growomaha.com. The pull-down menu, just go to lists, and you pick which list that you want. And what kind of feedback have you had on the lists?
The funniest one that I recall was somebody commented and they said, not all heroes wear capes. And so I thought that was funny, but I have a lot of people who are very complimentary. Compliments don't pay the bills, but they were just like, this is great. I use it all the time. People from high school that I haven't seen in 20 years, you're like, oh yeah, I use your list all the time. So it's just little pockets of things like that I hear.
And this is, ladies and gentlemen, this is another, like all of our services of Grow Omaha Media, it's free. Just like getting on our newsletter. Join one of the 21,000 plus people that get the newsletter every Thursday afternoon when Jeff hits send. And on this case, since it's new, one of the few opportunities where there's not a waiting list, if you're a business or you just want to put your name on it, you can sponsor the big list.
Yeah, and Cam, I want to kind of also go back a little bit to the origin of this. And what was it that was there? You said that you have an affinity for great deals and all that sort of thing, but there must have been something that kind of sparked you to say, okay, I can take this ability I have to sniff out good deals, to take all 4 kids out or whatever the case may be, and turn it into this, because there's a big jump from that to an actual finished list.
Yeah. So the 2-minute story of how that happened is I was in web design. I did web design and marketing for a long time. When we had our 3rd child, kind of stepped out of that space, but I still had the inherent creativeness that I needed an outlet for. So I started a blog, and then I like deals, and so I was like, I know there's a list out there. The existing options were subpar, again, not user-friendly. So I set out to create a list that I would want to use, that would benefit my life. And if other people inherently get benefit from it, that's great too. And so it was just driving traffic. And that's really how, when you start as a blogger or a podcaster and everything, you're giving people resources before you ask something in return. So it was just really creating a resource in Omaha. And then a lot of these other lists that have come of it were just ideas that people threw at me. And really I had to create to think, like, is this something that I actually care about? Because I don't care about a dog-friendly cafe. So that was an idea thrown out to me, and I'm not going to make a dog-friendly cafe list.
So how do you...
Don't have a dog.
What kind of contributions have people that use a list given to you that really stand out?
Oh, man. I have subsidized so many children's birthday parties. I've gotten a lot of deals. I've gotten a lot of perks. I mean, I can't even recall through the years. So I haven't made a lot of money in terms of typical advertising, but it has subsidized my life quite a bit.
You're the definition of Omaha nice.
Potentially. I don't know.
We like to think of her that way. So Cam, I said earlier you're a Jane of all trades, because this is far from the only thing that you do. You have a lot of other entrepreneurial and creative irons in the fire. But I do want, before we wrap this up, to have you tell us about your very cool handwriting marketing business. A, people will be blown away by it. B, probably a lot of people that could take advantage of it.
Yeah, I appreciate the opportunity. So
In a good way.
Yeah. We started the first robotic handwriting company in Nebraska. As far as I know from the manufacturer, we're the only ones that own these machines in the state. But what they do is they hold ballpoint pens, and they can do handwritten letters at scale. So you see the printed messages that everybody gets in the mail. You know it's printed. It's not legitimate. Ours actually hold a ballpoint pen, and they manually write out messages. So we have different fonts, different handwriting styles. The software can randomize the variables so that no two letters, even with the same message, look the same. And we've kind of seen it used across all industries. We've done work for politicians, and not even locally outside the state. It's done for businesses, for lead generation. We've done pretty much any industry. Nonprofits, it's a great way to reach out to donors and not have to handwrite them yourself. So we've been able to scale the business outside of Nebraska, and it's been really cool.
And what's cool, you and your husband are doing this, and it's a big barrier to entry because these machines are very, very expensive, and you just got another machine. But you also do, so you can, in addition to just signatures, you can program it to do messages on the side of the signature that looks like it's very personalized.
Absolutely. Yeah. The software can account for what are called dynamic variables, and you get a spreadsheet, and every letter could actually have a different message. It can have a different salutation, could have different variables. So if you think like for nonprofits, for donors, you could have the amount that a person donated incorporated in the letter, and it's unique for each card.
Wow. And Cam, what's the name of that business, and how do people get a hold of it?
Yeah, it's called Ghost Handwriter, just how it sounds, ghosthandwriter.com. So there's ghostwriters who write for you, but there's ghost handwriters who handwrite for you.
Who handwrite for you. And that's just one of the cool businesses Cam has. So, Cam, we really appreciate you kind of coming and showing us or explaining to us how these lists came about. And like I said, we're partnering with Cam. These lists will appear on growomaha.com. They're there right now. So when you have that question, right, when you and your friend or your family or significant other getting in the car, where should we go? I don't know. Where do you want to go? I don't know. Where do you want to go? I can't think of anything. Go to these lists, and there are so many different places. You will know where to go because you'll have all of the choices. Cam, thanks for joining us, and thanks for being part of the Grow Omaha family.
Thank you. Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Cam Vacek, and she is, like I said, the inventor of our new Grow Omaha restaurant resource lists. If you like this video, be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. And remember, Grow Omaha is not just media. This is a mission. We are trying to build up Omaha and make it an even better place. We can only do that with your help. Share this video with your friends, neighbors, and family.